All right, so shalom and assalam to our family. Your brother Yifdaya, Ejifti, Johannes Welda Manuel here. And, apologies, for, being away from most of our posts. Just, again, coming off of just the gathering again for this sabbatical study for number 48, Shoftim, Ferajoch, or the judges. Are dealing with a lot of judicial terms and really reassessing, what I have learned, from such a time and over the years, and looking to apply that more and more. Even as I'm thinking of most of the themes and topics and subjects coming forward to this season, and just this time of year. Again, a very interesting point in thinking, more so of I brothers, Brother Hezekiah, Wyndham Baruchu, Wyndham Addis Salam, a very good core of brothers who, have really sought to put in that diligent time in studying law. Even I think a couple of my brothers even have a few law degrees. So, very interesting, and definitely looking forward to reasoning with those brothers on a lot more points. And just mentioning that, be sure to check out I and I brother Wyndham Hezekiah on RastafariRedemption.com, and I believe that I and I brother Wyndham Baruchu also had another initiative that was started not so long ago. Forgive I and I for not having that information here to present, but we'll seek to link with, my brother and get that information and put it forward so ones can have the chance to check that out. And, also check out, the collaboration work between my brother Wyndham Baruchu and also Rasabeh Salam Yehuda Tafari at Line of Judah Society, or from what has been presented, a Rastafari South committee. I'm also looking into that judicial system of things, and the brothers have been putting in that work, putting in the time, and just making the effort to really, study many law and lawful terms and topics and subject matters as though to see fit. So, just lending our support for those brothers, and, just very thankful, that ones are definitely looking into, something of that nature to bring forward. Just can't wait to, just link up with the brothers again, know that they've been, not so much able to come forward as much as they have in the past, because they, took on that task, of really putting those things to work and really developing, the education that they may need, and certain resources and things of that nature have to be acquired. So, we have to, definitely yield on certain aspects, and, give the brothers that time to develop and, just build themselves up in that nature so that they can be as resourceful as possible. So, again, just showing that and I was thankful again so much for those core brothers putting forward, the effort, and really showing that not only that talent, but that really need and propensity to really come forward and study something as complex, as the law, especially as it has been and shown to have been in this day. So I really can't thank those brothers enough, and really seeking to, up I's education as well, especially in that field, because we know that a nation, any type of community, even itself, it doesn't survive long without some system or rule of law. So that's period, just to lay that out on the forefront. So again, just thanking those brothers and just for their contributions even thus far, and just knowing there's so much more is to come from them, as they continue in their education and things of that nature, just to finalize things and really get things in order on that forefront. But as well, again, I mentioned we come to this season, a very a joyous time of year, especially for certain ones, and depending on what side of the globe you're on, or what sort of mind frame you're in, it can definitely be a very intricate time of season. For as we know, this, of course, for we, and especially Rastafari, Ethiopian Hebrew, Ethiopian Jews, those of the like minds as well, this definitely leans toward an Ethiopian New Year, or Addis Amet, Enqutatash, or this the resetting of a coming forward year. As a brother had mentioned, from the short count, this is year 2009 in the Ethiopian calendar. Give thanks to the Nabura Id, of course, from Ethiopia, and those who, of course, have been co-laboring and putting forth the effort and sharing and lifting that load from the Nabura Id at Ethiopia Kingdom of God Services. Just been a very, I can't say enough about the work from the Nabura Id. It's just a humongous amount of resources there at Ethiopia Kingdom of God Service.org. Be sure to check that out as well for ones. And like the brother mentioned, we'll definitely be looking forward to doing rough translations and more in-depth translations as well of much of the Amharic, and I definitely even notice much of what the Nabura Id brings forward comes from the G'uz as well. As I'm definitely sure, 100%. Even just from an assumption that he's very versed in not only the Amharic but G'uz as well. And just to mention that, just panning, the room, so to speak, of I and I's own, our group and the fellowship and the gathering of the many ones, and just noticing even some of the ones that have come forward to us and just started to fellowship and really getting into the studies and things of that nature, have really grown so much in just a short span of time. To where, I even noticed many of the ones are completely trilingual at this time, so just to put that out there for ones, especially, my brothers and sisters who will be listening to this, you really don't know how far you've come in such a short span of time, especially, just, and many of us, of course, with English being our first language, coming from the West, and others may be Spanish or so, and maybe a few French and Creole every now and then, depending on the background and your lineage, depending on where you are here in the West. Some of course have shown a progression in the Hebrew as well as the Amharic. So it's definitely a lot to just take assessment of in this time, and really taking accountings of the things that have been going forward. I mentioned how much I just am appreciative of the growth of the family, because we see that we're moving, in a very rapid pace, even in such a short span of time, that we continue to speak on, not only certain subjects that we've brought forward from a certain time, but now in this time of year, in this season, it really seems that we are seeming to get into more challenging subjects, more challenging topics, which, I definitely have sought to do from such a time. And, having not only my own mind to rely on and maybe one or two others, now I have, 5 to 6 to 7 to 10 to, 20 to 25 people that I can reach out from, and even more so from the count, just giving an example, so to speak, as we continue to have more and more ones come into the fold and, really sharing the fellowship that we have, especially from Blog Talk Radio, Discipleship Radio, Rastafari Foundation, all of our many platforms. We have really seen a continuous growth. It's slow but steady, and so steady to the point that we don't realize how much it really has grown until we actually have a chance to just take a moment and assess everything. So it's been, joyous, of course, and even more joyous in this time as we come forward to celebrate our time of the Ethiopian New Year. So it's, again, family, I just give thanks for all of the I's works, and, just I'm looking forward to, everything else, that the I might be bringing forward coming in the coming months and years, everything that will seemingly come out in its due time, in its due season. So again, just putting that note on the record for the eye. But again, we are looking to expand our platform on RastafariRenaissance.com. We'll be definitely putting forward more practical things and matters, especially pertaining to the daily life. Been acquiring much information from many ones in and of the world, so I definitely seek to put that forward to ones, as we know, we still have to deal with certain obligations and things of that nature, especially dealing with family issues and personal issues. So, we want to keep that on the record and really put that forward to one so they can have that also as a certain options aside from the options that they already have, and really continue to build up to the point in where we are seeking to gather together, even in the physical. We have made such an effort, and I see such a propensity and a great don't want to say dedication, but livocation, especially from Rastafari perspective. But again, that dedication and a commitment is the word I'm really looking for, to ones to really continue to gather, especially at certain times, season, times of the day, times of the Shabua or the Samint or the week, from what ones know in the West. So it's been very interesting and fulfilling to access, I should say, amongst ones, just to show that commitment and that real propensity to keep pushing forward, even in trying times, especially from the personal, to the group, and the personal to the community level, or the the micro to the macro. So again, I just give thanks again, the family, for all of the eyes works. I can't say enough about how thankful I am for having this group of individuals to continue to learn and grow with, especially in a time where so much hinders that from all fronts. So I give thanks for that. So again, I mentioned just this time of season and this time of year, and how maybe ones are in one state of mind and the others are in seemingly other. We do put on notice that this is indeed September 11th, and we do send our true condolences and our true respects, more so honors, to ones that have passed, especially on this day. Here in the West, it's very hard to not notice, or hard to not come across the historical effects on what happened during this day. But of course, we have to also remember in our own roots and in our own true historical matters. But we do make a definite commendation and a real, heartfelt, just a saying and a real showing of love to ones that have lost their loved ones, especially on such a day like this, and such trying times, and so much tends to go on behind the scenes, and whether seen or unseen, it still manifests itself in such a way that it affects so many people in so many different ways. So we definitely send that out and putting that on the record as well, and really keeping in all righteousness, especially in this time. So again, our brothers and sisters, we are definitely looking to expand much more, even here on YouTube. We'll, of course, with our Rastafari, in conjunction with RastafariRenaissance.com, we'll more than likely be launching, maybe multiple channels here, because we have so many subjects to bring forward, and even just coming forward to this broadcast, just had to stop for a moment and say a couple of words here to bring forward to the family, especially as a seasonal greetings recording. And again, we have just so much so much logged into in our recording devices, seeking to bring those forward in due time, and really release them at a certain point, and maybe having many other exclusive and secret videos, and ones who may want to check those out. We'll be presenting those at the due time, and we'll let you know exactly when we can actually bring those forward. As well as a lot of the publishing works have definitely continued, as I have completed much of the tour portions from such a time. Just over these 3 years that RastafariRenaissance.com has been in operation, we do have a compilation and a hard copy set, and formulating a digital PDF and other free shareware documents for ones to definitely acquire, keep, and hold for such a time when needed, just to reach into and whenever the eye has the chance. So definitely look forward for that. We'll have all of the links here and prevalent and presented as soon as we have those finalized, and of course continuing to work with I and I brother, of course, at the LOJ Society and Rastafari Foundation, along with all of I and our other brothers and sisters, and their respective platforms and their respective avenues, and definitely we'll have just so much more to come. Just even in this short recording, I have so much running through my mind, and it really just trying to compact and compress it more so in a time that is appropriate for the eye. But again, we just have to really yield on much of the works, and you really just bring it forward once the time and opportunity really presents itself in a likable manner. So just forgive I and I for that. But as always, family, if you're listening here, continuing to support I and I in whatever way, shape, form, or fashion possible, we definitely send our thanks. We send our gratitude. We send our holistic and seasonal greetings in this time. And of course, our condolences for ones who may be, feeling, in a way, suffering, in any type of manner, whether that's spiritual, physical, mental, so on and so forth. We do send our condolences and, our prayers and our own just sayings of, let peace, reign amongst the eye's life. So just again, I give thanks, family, and be sure to stay tuned in here to the GFD on YouTube, as well as much of our works on Rastafari Foundation. Shalom and Assalamta.